Hello, so I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I love showing what the practice of shaking medicine looks like, and it seems like a lot of people like to look at it. So I'm doing this video and I'm narrating over a practice I've done a few months ago now. What I'm doing is I'm accessing, if you're not sure what it is we're doing in shaking medicine yet, we are exploring neurogenic therapeutic tremoring, aka the involuntary shake. It has many names in different cultures. What I'm doing here now, standing in a mountain stance, which is pretty much a meditational standing posture, and I'm accessing the shake. It's pretty much started with my legs, and we can see it's moving through my quads and hammies and calves, and kneecaps are all jiggling. It's going up into the hips, and it's starting to enter into the core there, the belly region, which is a part of us that often holds a lot of our tension and such. So, and as my practice goes, my body activates more. The tremoring is moving more and more through me, and I'm sort of naturally and organically now exploring different movements that feel good in my body. Nothing planned, it's just where sort of the energy of this shake, or you could say, or my innate intelligence is taking me. It's guiding me with where my body needs to go and move and shake to heal. And I'm sort of leaning over to my left leg a bit and taking a bit of weight off my right leg. It's wiggling, and my spine has started doing spinal waves. Now it's really, really therapeutic movements, and allowing the breath to fill up. It's the energy of that and the shake. My hands are going up, and before actually recording this, I was at the beach just before sunset and doing a shaking practice today, so I'm all electrified up and shaken up, if you will. That's a little bit of like regulation, so I took a moment to allow it to kind of settle, feel the internal aspect of me, do a little meditation and relax more. And you can see that that letting go and surrender, which is what really allows us to explore this kind of medicine, this medicine of shaking. It's that letting go and surrender that turns on our innate knowing, and getting the mind out of the way. The nervous system knows what to do, and it's sending those tremors and quakes all through my body. And I'm I'm really enjoying the heck out of this one, and it's moving more and more through me, and I'm glad I can share this and talk about it. I think it's really cool in retrospect to look at what it is that's happening and to observe a practice and see how the shake morphs and shifts. And in this particular one, I pretty much stay in a standing posture, even though I'm leaning around a lot. And I think at one point I fold forward. We'll see as it comes. They're often like, I'll move into lunges or folds, or get on all fours, go on my belly, go on my back, and similarly with how I share it with others, exploring how to access this tremoring in all kinds of different poses. Look at this one. I love this one. The legs are starting to go like a maybe like some sort of African dance sort of style, and then the spinal waves are really picking up. I like to say I'm tuning into a harmonic here, and I'm finding this ripple, which I can tune into quite easy now that I've found it, and having been embodying shaking medicine for quite some time. You can see the harmonics changing, the frequencies increasing, and every now and then there's another little boo, like asymmetric tremor happening. And that says, like, you can imagine that that's a new sort of harmonic within the instrument of our body, opening up to the vibration and the shaking, and sort of concaving my spine there a little bit, changing the angles there, tuning into some tension that I'm feeling. I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing. And maybe perhaps exploring and allowing the shake to move into new areas. Yeah, I still have a bit of tension there, but I'm pretty sure there I'm exploring the tension in my upper back of my shoulder blades and stuff. And again, regulating, taking a few breaths and taking a moment to step back and find some stillness. Again, here, bending my knees a little more, changing the angle of my pelvis, really just moving into what feels right. You can see my head and neck starting to release some of the tension in my shoulders. Some tremoring looks like might start to be happening there. And yeah, I'm naturally going into some sort of qigong movements to stretch and really just move into what feels good. That's what this medicine really does. It grows our intuitive intelligence, our instinctive intelligence. And when we tap into that and we move out of thinking and into feeling, it really starts to move us, and the mind doesn't need to be involved. It might be we take a big breath in and we find some full body ecstatic shake. I just shook the camera there as I shook sitting here. It's funny. Or ecstatic shake, or it might be dropping us into deep meditation, and that's a natural cycle actually of what happens when we explore the tremor mechanism. Is that cycle between ecstatic bliss and deep relaxation and everything in between. I'm shaking with so much momentum and energy here from least possible effort. Like, it's literally effortless. You can see I'm shaking the whole balcony, and I'm actually up at this point filming this at a good friend of mine, Lex, at his property, his ex-property up at Cloud Temple, which is an amazing place in the jungle in the Northern Rivers. Such a beautiful getaway and retreat to connect with this kind of medicine and connect with ourselves and to be in nature. And yeah, so that shaking is full power going through the grounded roots in my feet and my legs. And the balcony started to resonate with me. You can see my abs and my breast muscles, my shoulders, and even biceps there, wiggling and jiggling from this involuntary tremor. And this is really working to release so many stagnant blockages and open up places that might be a little more blocked. And if you're not aware that this tremor mechanism is inbuilt within all of us, within our nervous system through millions of years of evolution. So it's really given to us by Mother Nature and many cultures through the ages, like the oldest culture known currently as the Kalahari Bushmen of Africa, doing it 60,000 plus years, and they consider it one of the most important aspects of their culture. And they've, in my eyes, they've mastered it. They're the world's most advanced shakers, and part of what makes them so advanced is they don't attach stories and rhetoric to it so much, and they always allow the metamorphosizing and the shifting of the concepts around it, and allowing each unique individual to have their own unique perception around it. And they're only, in their culture, their shamans are only shamans if they've cultivated the shake enough and mastered it to a certain extent. And then there's different levels of shamans as they progress in their understanding and embodiment of the shake. And many other cultures have been doing it, like the yogis have it in their culture. So thousands of years they've been exploring it, and as well as the Taoists, and many more talk about them in various places. Now I'm stretching around, really wiggling and jiggling. It's moved me into sort of an organic qigong mixed with yoga practice, while also vibrating and undulating and swaying and wiggling and jiggling, tremoring from all this shaking. Yeah. That one feels good. It's like the shoulders going up and down with the hips. All organic, like none of these movements were particularly taught to me. They were more found through letting go of effort and control and allowing the involuntariness of the shake to move me, and through this discovering all these unique ways to move, which are certainly influenced with how I've spent my life personally training. And if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Keith, a quantum physicist, founder of Shaking Medicine Foundation, which is based at www.shakingmedicine.com, where we basically share this with the world. That is our aim, to help as many people remember their innate instinctive intelligence of therapeutic tremoring for accessing vibrant states of health, to let go of stress and anxiety and suppressed emotions and trauma, and to step into their highest frequency state of being, and to let go of what doesn't serve them. And it helps physically and energetically as well. This has complemented my yoga asana practice immensely, and my acro yoga practice as well, making me super stable. It like helps with resilience. It helps with coordination, and instead of reacting to things, it helps us act appropriately in the moment. And that's a whole philosophical wormhole I'd love to go in, and I do actually, in like some of the trainings and stuff, the teacher trainings. And again, I'm back at doing some organic, sort of simple qigong-like movements, stretching the meridians, tendons, joints, concaving, convexing the spine there, allowing the tremoring. It likes to cycle like this, like you've probably noticed a few times. It stopped and started, and feeling some tension there in my hand, shoulder, elbow, somewhere along that line, and I was kind of massaging into that. And a lot of our joints and things, there's this whole third dimension that a lot of us aren't exploring so much in, say, like Pilates or yoga asana, and so it helps us really tune into the connectiveness and the third three-dimensional movement, which is so important for opening up the body and accessing better physical health. It's that the three-dimensional rotations and articulations as well. And so we incorporate a lot of, usually beginning with quite simple sort of three-dimensional qigong stuff, and nothing as complicated as it is to learn like Tai Chi sets, very simple stuff that can be a little challenging, but pretty simple to share. And then all as a warm-up to accessing the involuntary shaking. And now I'm using the energy of the tremor as it's like emanating more from my core there, my gravitational center. And I'm finding, like, I like to call it like vibrational mechanics, like this big harmonic resonance through the body that's nice and clean, because through the time of shaking, it's worked out the kinks. As a new shaker, often the shake's very sporadic and all over the place. It's like Morse code or something. Did it. And that is normal, because the body's opening those pathways, opening the electrical nerves so the signals can fire through cleanly and smoothly. And as it opens, it often becomes more and more resonant. And also, not just, that's one way it looks, is the physical harmonics. I like to call it vibrational mechanics, where because it's coming from that point in our center of least possible effort, and it's stemming out from a more fundamental energy of life force, of chi, prana, of involuntariness through the tremor, it is fundamentally more efficient and brings more power and resonance in our actions, and all of this. And oh, this is a beautiful one. My legs have turned on. And, spine is going, shoulders going, ribs poking in and out. Neck is starting to relax a little more. It looks like my lips and jaw are really tight, and it's normal to be tight in that area. And it's a big thing to, it's not too hard, but a little more advanced, get the jaw shaking. It looks like there I could have probably brought a little mindfulness to relax my lips and jaw. But who knows what was going on that was bringing those feelings through me at the time. Going into a forward fold there. Yeah, so what a beautiful practice. And I've learned that you guys following us like to see what it looks like, and this is a practice I want to bring more. Let me know what you'd like to see, what interests you. Send us any questions about it, and better yet, give it a go. There's a free intro course happening at the moment at www.shakingmedicine.com, which is the home of this. And I'd love for you to actually experience and embody it and give it a go, because that's where the true understanding is. It's not so much listening to me talk about it and watching it, although that can be very inspiring, though to really get the benefits and to understand it in the intelligences within us that really matter. When playing with this type of healing modality, it's more the instinct and the intuitive intelligences. So I invite you to grow those intelligences by actually learning to tremor. And it's not hard. Most people get it in one class, and then to access the tremor is one thing. Though to work with it over the days and weeks and months and years is where the big benefits come from, because it's like anything. You have to, with regular maintenance and practice, is when we'll clear more and more of that old stress and trauma and suppressed emotions, and actually clear those away. And then it becomes more of like, maybe we don't need it as often, but when something comes up, we can use it. And I've been in a meditation, like a natural side effect after shaking is to drop into stillness. And the Taoists and stuff have this as part of their practice before the meditative state. And that's a whole thing I could talk to you for like an hour probably. But very important is to shake the body like a monkey, and then we can actually drop into stillness, where we can be more efficient with our meditations and healing. So check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. My name is Keith. Have a beautiful day, and see you next time.